What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we're going to check out 10 WWE stars who desperately need something new. Now, this is a very interesting one by What Culture Wrestling. It's a very interesting one only because I do feel like there are some wrestlers that do need to switch up their character, that do need to switch up like what they got going on right now, because right now it's coming off maybe stale, or it's not it's not hitting as it should be. For example, prime example, Austin Theory as United States champion. It's not that it's just bad, inherently bad, but at the same time, his feuds hadn't really been that memorable since the beginning of his title run, and it's kind of like hasn't really been memorable at all, honestly, outside of him having this match with John Cena. Even though that match should have been better than what it was, it was okay at best. It didn't really elevate Austin Theory like people would have thought. It's just, I don't know, maybe he needs some type of character change, but the title does need to come off of him, preferably on LA Knight, and maybe they do something with him to bring some life into his character, because it has been kind of stale for a while. So we're gonna check this out, see if he's on the list. I'm pretty sure he is. Appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown on the channel. We're gonna get right into this one.
The greatest wrestler ever, you need to try and always stay fresh, even from a smelling point of view, which is a weird thing to say. It's one of the reasons Chris Jericho has been on top for so long, but it doesn't always work. Remember when Steve Austin wanted to turn heel at WrestleMania 17? In hindsight, shouldn't have done it. Moving on to 2023, though, it does feel like there are some superstars who need a little bit of a shake-up. So yeah, here is 10 WWE stars who are in desperate need of something new. And I'm not referring to their clothes.
All right, let's see who's on this list. I can think of a few people.
Number 10, Hit Row. So what is the deal here? Because ever since Top Dollar screwed up a dive, it just feels like they're public enemy number one. I mean, every single time he's in the ring, Michael Cole is going, Top Dollar. He couldn't do a dive over the top rope. So if you've just started watching SmackDown, you have no idea what's going on. Now, Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio recently kind of hinted that maybe people backstage don't like Dollar, which is why this is happening. But then it came out, actually no, Hit Row got brought back to the company because Triple H felt like the tag team division needed some depth. It has hurt B-Fab and Ashante the Adonis, though. And if we do want to light a fire under their ass eventually, well, you are making it really hard for yourself. These guys lose in like 3.2 seconds. I mean, I cannot remember a group that were this much in the mire. They basically don't do anything. So if the game does want to keep them around, well, yeah, I think we're going to have to repackage them. Just do something. It ain't clicking at the moment.
Yeah, right now
I like
they are
Shotzi,
struggling on the main roster.
100%. She has green hair, and she comes out in a tank. When it comes to wrestling, sometimes that's all you need. Problem is, outside of this, I don't really know much about her. I mean, she turns up to SmackDown, usually has some...
She recently just got the beats from Io and Bailey. She went back there, confronted him by herself, and received the beats. That was it. What are we supposed to care about with her, you know?
Some kind of random match, and a lot like Hit Row, just loses and loses and loses. She also loves having brand new tag team partners.
Yeah.
She goes from team to team to team. And you do have to give her a lot of props because she's made it to WWE. I swear sometimes we forget about this. But I just think we need to develop her character or give her a little bit of a different gimmick. Because now she does come out a bit like, all right, I need a reason to care. I mean, why would you invest in the match otherwise? Especially when someone does have, well, a pretty pants win-loss record. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there were some casual fans who didn't even realize she had come up to the main roster. So again, let's look at our divisions and realize we can use everyone. Doesn't need to be in the story like the Bloodline. Even if it's just, oh man, I need a mentor, and someone takes her under the wing, that will do. Number 8, Xia Li. I mean, forget something new.
Damn, where's she been at?
Xia Li. Anything. Because ever since she was called up, she has done nothing. Like, she walked around for a bit going, oh, I am the locker room protector.
I forgot she was on the damn roster, to be honest.
She didn't protect anyone. I mean, there was that 1.2 when she came out in a hoodie and helped Bailey in damage control, but we never got a follow-up to that, and now she can't even get on television.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not bad. She's pretty good, But my word, she needs to have the platform to show it. I also do think when it comes to the women's division, there's absolutely a depth issue there. So many other people could be plugged in, so just do it. Even if you give her a random feud against, I don't know, Sonya Deville. That will do, but also the women's tag team titles. You always need teams for them. We're going round in circles. This one has never made any sense. It is proper 2 + 2 = potato stuff.
What the
wibbly wobbly, so my brain can't keep up. A 7 Rick Boogs. Now, do I totally agree with this one? I don't think I do, because Rick Boogs, in his current guise, makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. It's just so silly. I do need more nonsense from my wrestling, but when you do tune in, well, sometimes you see him on Raw, sometimes you don't see him on Raw.
Yeah.
And after his horrible injury from WrestleMania, where we broke up his tag team with Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't think management really knows what to do with it. That doesn't mean that there's a disconnect here, because we're not using him enough, and you know the deal with wrestling. When you do fall into that pit, you're going to need a little bit of a reshuffle. And we've kind of missed the boat on this one, because when he did make his big comeback, that would be the time to pull the trigger. But you know the phrase, better late than never, but better never late. Also, the fact that Rick doesn't take himself too seriously at all means you can do anything with him, and I bet he makes it entertaining. I was kind of excited about an LA Knight Rick Boogs feud a few months ago, and that lasted one evening.
Yep, that was it.
I think underlines my point. The 6th Io Sky. And the good news about this is that by the time you see this video, I think we may have actually done something with Io Sky.
Yep.
Because I think she's going to leave Damage Control. I think she's going to feud with...
Yep. And he obviously probably recorded this before Money in the Bank. So they actually are doing something with Io. I'm glad. Once she won Money in the Bank, they've been planting the seeds of her turning and, you know, and leaving Damage Control, having a feud with Bayley. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Hopefully they pull the trigger with her and actually give her a potential world championship run, because I think she's really good in the ring and could definitely pull it off.
Bayley, I think she's going to win the Money in the Bank. That's right. It's also the correct move, because ever since this group debuted at SummerSlam 2022, they have been pretty good. When it comes to 2023,
nope.
Just ran out of steam. I also think if you do the big program between Bales and Sky, you can really send Io to the moon.
Yeah.
Because Bayley is basically a star maker. I can't stand here and wait for you to come up with a bad Bayley match. That's right, they don't really exist. Fans have also started to realize that Io Sky is so damn talented in the ring that she should be a mega baby face. That's why I like this one. There is a clear path in front of us.
Yeah.
All we've got to do is walk down it. And she's gonna kick ass. Number 5, Aaliyah. I mean, seriously, where the hell did Aaliyah go? I mean, even after the 2023 draft, she's still on the free agents list.
Damn.
But she doesn't even go to NXT. The last time we saw her, she had a vomiting gimmick. I don't want to talk about it. It wasn't great either, because before that on SmackDown, she was booked to play the ditzy idiot, and I just think we're kind of past that in 2023. I mean, if I'm meant to like someone, don't tell me that they're stupid. Somehow she is a former tag team champion, although you could use it as a positive when she does come back. But when it is time to do that, my word, she cannot be the same character.
No.
Nobody's going to buy it.
I forgot about that.
I know the modern day fan.
I forgot all about that.
Seriously. Also, don't just give in after 3 weeks. WWE loves doing that. Let's actually see if she does connect with the audience. And if she doesn't, well, at least you tried. And you can't say fairer than that. And before the New Day. That's right. I disagree. I said it. However, Team What Culture is a democracy, and there are a lot of people in our office that do believe the time has come to do something with the New Day. Kind of get this too. They have fallen into somewhat of a pattern. 1, I just happen to love that pattern. And 2, whatever this may be, do not break them up. We don't need to do it. We've done it 1,000 times with everybody else. I mean, personally, for me, I do think they're one of the best groups ever. And also, when you do give them proper microphone time and just let them run wild,
they're hilarious. They're very entertaining.
Goofs. I suppose, really, though, the opportunity is there now, because, of course, Kofi Kingston is about to come back from injury. We don't know what's going on with Big E, and I just hope he's healthy and happy. And because of all this, we haven't seen Xavier Woods on TV for a while. So when they do return, yeah, you could come up with something new for him. Maybe we could add just a little wrinkle to the act or switch it up a bit. If you need words better than mine, go and watch the recent interview we did with Xavier Woods over WrestleMania weekend. He summed this up brilliantly. That's why I love the New Day until the day I die. Number 3, Johnny Gargano. So a few days ago, as I'm recording this, everyone was...
They definitely need to do something with him whenever he returns. They got to do something. Honestly, pair him with Tommaso Ciampa, please. Let's get this going. Pair him with Tommaso Ciampa. That would definitely help.
Like, well, Raw's in Cleveland. Johnny Gargano will definitely return. Now, Here I am in the future. That boy didn't come back. I know this is treading on old ground too, but given that Vince McMahon is now back in charge, you have to imagine that Gargano isn't going to be pushed in the way that we all hoped.
Nope.
However, there is still a glimmer of light. Because on that episode of Raw I just mentioned, Tommaso Ciampa did return, so let's just do the obvious, because why the flub not?
Yeah.
Put DIY back together,
Yes.
do a feud between them and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn,
Woo.
and watch the WWE Universe go wow. And I know if you've watched a lot of NXT, you're bored of this, but doesn't have a clue, given how good Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano were a couple of years ago. Of course they're going to be able to do this again. Then you can split them up. Then you can do the feud. And once again, come on now. They're just so badass, they know what they're doing. But it also seems like we're putting the way back together, so that's another reason you can do something special here. That's why I hope Candice LeRae and everybody else benefits too. So I'm standing here, keeping my fingers crossed. I'm telling you the potential's there. Number two,
we all
the
are.
Street Profits. An interesting one, this. It kind of does feel like WWE is dragging its heels. We started 2022 and a little bit of 2023. It was quite clear Montez Ford was being tried out as a single star.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden Angelo Dawkins was like, oh yeah, how about I become twice the performer I was? And all of a sudden it was like, man, I don't know what to do. Dawkins also came out recently and said he too doesn't want the team to break up, which I do understand. So once again, I think this is an obvious one. Let's turn them heel. I mean, do you remember that match we had recently when it was Montez Ford versus LA Knight? Ford was getting booed and he leant into it.
Yep.
And I was like, hot damn, he can do it. I bet Angelo can be a right dick if he wants to as well. And
Yeah, I'm all for them turning heel. Because right now they don't have nothing going for them. And we obviously know Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they're going to be still the biggest baby faces. They're not turning heel anytime soon. So I would turn them heel. I would. I'm all for it. I would turn them heel. They would freshen up their characters. And just to see if they could possibly do it well. Because they're tired of taking losses. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
he is a big guy, so you wouldn't mess with him. And also allow the team to reach a new level before, yes, they can go and try and get single success. But that doesn't mean you have to split them up. Just have them as some kind of structure that works together. One's going after the US title, and the other's going after the IC. I do want to point out that they are so much better than they get credit for.
For sure.
I think we take the Street Profits for granted. Anybody would be lucky to have them. Number one, Bianca Belair. You want to know the dumb thing about this? It has absolutely nothing to do with Bianca Belair. Because ever since she finally did defeat Becky Lynch to become the women's champion, WWE has never actually put her in a decent feud. Like, all the matches have been amazing against Becky, against Asuka, and against Alexa Bliss. But the preamble beforehand, it just feels like nobody cares.
Yeah.
I care, give it to me. The good news is, though, is that I think WWE has realised this. Because Bianca did lose her belt to Asuka, and all of a sudden she stormed out there. She got in Charlotte Flair's face and was like, oh, you think you can just walk back in and try and trace a championship? Well, I don't think so. So now you got to deal with me. So all of a sudden she had this brand new edge. Not Adam Cole. She was also yelling at Adam Pearce and basically saying that everybody else was an idiot, but she wasn't doing this in a heelish way. She was just being a strong babyface, which is her biggest trump card. My word, is she so easy to like. This also ties into the same kind of thing, because being the 100% happy, smiley, good guy will only take you so far.
Yeah.
And now we need to get that depth. And if we do it, I promise you, you can use Belair probably till the year 2076. So I am hopeful for this one because all the cards are in place. And do you know how
That's a
hard
fair
it is
one.
to find someone that fans actually gravitate to and actually do like? I mean, see John Cena, see Roman Reigns. Sometimes it does not go well.
No.
So given that this has fallen into our pocket, let's take advantage of it. Now I shall turn it over to you, because do you know of any...
That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Number one, obviously being her. I think a lot of people want her to turn heel. The way things happened, you could have turned her heel, but she had a legitimate gripe with how everything was booked, like how she lost the title. And then Charlotte coming in, just being Charlotte Flair and taking that title opportunity, that would make sense if Charlotte's a heel there. You know what I'm saying? She works better as a heel anyway. So if I'm WWE, I give her a little bit of that Stone Cold edge. Stone Cold was, at one point, he ended up becoming the biggest babyface in wrestling. But he still had that edge about him. He still had that anti-authority, I'm going to do what I have to do. There ain't nothing you can do to stop me but he was still cheered as the babyface. So if they can give her a little bit more edge like they have been doing, have her say screw it, because management don't care, I gotta take matters into my own hands, and have her keep that gimmick, I think it works. Like kind of like Becky Lynch when she became the man. Like, I'ma do it my way. I'ma solve problems my way. No longer being this cookie cutter nice person. Nah, I gotta fight fire with fire. I think people may buy into it more. So she necessarily don't need to turn heel in a sense, because she got screwed over in a babyface fashion. When, like, say Asuka beat her clean and she see all the fans happy about it, you could have turned her heel then. But Asuka cheated. So I'm okay with that. And honestly, I think that's maybe the way she should go going forward. So comment down below. Let me know, do you guys feel like there's some other wrestling wrestlers that need some type of fresh change up in WWE as of right now? Let me know down below. But I appreciate all love and support. Road to 150K, and I'm still the undisputed YouTube wrestling champion of the world. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See y'all on the next one. Peace.